The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are solely those of the individuals participating in the conversation and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the podcast host or any affiliated organization. Listener discretion is advised.
Guys, let's open up for Anonymous this morning. I hope she's ready. Anonymous, good morning.
Good morning, Crystal. Good morning, Kate and Somize. How are you?
We are good, and how are you?
Oh, we couldn't
I'm
hear
not
you.
feeling much nervous, but I'll be fine.
And thank you for asking how we're doing. We also appreciate that. But this hour is all about you, Anonymous. I'm going to read the house rules. Respect is the foundation of our conversation. Maintain respectful language. Refrain from any swearing or use of profanities. Our responsibility is to protect your identity, and your responsibility, Anonymous, is to extend the same courtesy to protect the identity of the people or the person you'll be speaking about. Anonymous, Naked DJ, and Somizi are ready, but do you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
All right, sis, we're listening. What's the advice you need this morning?
Okay, I got married 2018. 2018 I was 20. And then my husband was 43. I didn't know that he was 43 because due to religion or tradition, so we don't date. There's a process that we are following. You just get to know the person, and then next thing you get married. So I met in 2017, but things got official 2018, in 2018. We got married 2018, in April 2018. Things were fine until 2023. At that time, I was not working. I was just doing short courses here and there. And then we got married 2018, and then we were fine until 2023. 2023, I met this lady. I'm not a person with friends. I'm just myself and family. So 2023, I met this lady that we were going to the same church together. Meeting that lady, it was January, February. That lady, we became so close to the lady. February, the lady became a family to me, to extent that she had access to my house. And then things started there. Later, when I found out the lady was my husband had a friend. I don't know how can I name this person, because this is the tricky part. I have a friend, and my husband has a friend. So, and the friend is married. My husband's friend is married. He has a family. And then my friend's lady, they and their husband's friend, they come from the same village, at the villages. So it happens that the lady and my husband got into a relationship, and then the lady got pregnant. Okay, fine. In March, the lady wanted to abort the child. I didn't have the courage to get in a home or I supported the lady because she was my friend. And then my husband was a pastor at our church. So in March, they had some problems with my husband's friend that was married, who had impregnated my friend. So me being a friend, I recommended my friend to come and speak to my husband since he's a pastor. Okay, so later April that year.
Hold on, my love. Hold on. Sorry to cut you. So you talk about the lady that you became very close with. That's the one that was pregnant with your husband's child, right?
No, my husband's friend's child.
Oh, your husband's friend's child. Okay.
Yes. That's why you must listen very carefully.
All right. All right. Hold on. This story is very juicy. And we'll carry on after the headlines, ne?
Okay.
Good morning, guys. But again, was that my apologies for not again kind of like what's it posting all ish. I woke up very busy actually today, but then hey man, good guys, good morning, welcome. Like this is Leroy and we are Makoya and we're listening to Ask a Man. So far we've heard that Sis Nono had a friend in church, and then something happened with the friend, the husband. I'm not really sure about that, but then we'll get working on a recap now. But then please excuse my network, ne guys, ne ish working and is in a rain is pouring.
Before we head back to Anonymous.
Yeah.
So Anonymous says she got married to a partner in 2018 when she was 20 years old. And her partner was in his early 40s. Now, Anonymous says they got married without really knowing each other, as their church doesn't support long periods of dating. All right. Now, Anonymous also mentions that years later, she met a lady and they grew very close with this lady. Anonymous says the lady met one of her husband's friends and they started dating each other despite this friend being married to someone else. Now, Anonymous says the lady then fell pregnant with the friend's child and then wanted to abort the baby. Anonymous says her friend then sought counsel from her husband, who is a church leader. Anonymous, are we on the same page?
Perfect.
Perfect. Brilliant. Talk to us.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe should I stick to my home language because this one is, yeah. All right. So, since my friend, they had a problems with the baby, which is my husband's friend. So they seek something like counseling or whatever, and then we supported them. On April, I only find out that my husband is now dating that pregnant lady with my friend.
I was about to ask Anonymous, Uguti, through all this, you trying to sort out the pregnancy and termination and don't, where is the wife of the guy?
Me and the wife of my husband's friend, we're not close. I just know her that's the wife.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Hold on. So are you 100% sure that your husband's friend was the one dating this lady in the beginning?
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And then it was so difficult. I found out and I tried to confront my husband, and at the beginning he was denying it until at some point I even started like any check on my husband's car. That's where the truth being revealed. One day my husband called me because it was so hard. So, my husband called me at the hospice. And he called me. After he got that call, he went straight to that lady's house. And then I followed that tracker. That's where I found everything. When I got there, the most painful thing is that my husband didn't do anything. He stayed up with that lady instead of ending up with his wife. That's it. Then we fast forward. And then I now called my husband's friend to the situation. Like then the guy was so frustrated. He was so angry. At some point, my husband even moved out of our house. The one that we don't even have a property. We're still ready to live that until 23. My husband moved out, and then he went and stayed with that lady. And then that's where my husband's friend wanted my husband down. My husband went into hiding. Yeah, and then my husband went into hiding 2023. 2023, it was June. At that point, it was June. I even got sick. July, I was admitted to the mental institution because I was not okay. July, I came back. I tried to pull myself together. We have 2 kids. Not a problem. I got admitted July. In August, mental institution, when it's the time for you to get discharged, they get into who caused the whole thing, what caused you to be here, and which was my husband, and then they called him in. And then we discovered that my husband was going to marry that lady the same weekend that I was being discharged. The doctors they begged and like, or no, can you please postpone so that you can at least focus on your wife, because since you don't want to divorce your wife, but you want a polygamous whatever, marriage, whatever. My husband refused, and I was okay at some point. I was like, okay, it's fine. And then August, he went and looked that lady. And then September, right? I think he moved out. September, he comes back and then said, can you please try to explain at some point I wanted my marriage to work. I was that girl who was like, no, I want to know what I'm like. Only me and my reasons will get me out of this marriage. So I stayed September. October, he came back home. They broke up with that lady. I know the problem. But no, the boy wants scammer. He wants us to move out of that mansion that we were staying in. He started saying that the house is too much. The money he can't afford anymore. And now he has two families. It was all the plan. For no one to come to they moved me to a small apartment. Yeah? I went. This come December, like 2023 December. Oh, my husband at home, and then I chava. He went back to that lady. He went back to that lady, not a problem. I finally like accepted, no, this marriage is over. Until February, the one of the our so close is one of my husband's colleagues. So February, one of the colleagues called me and said, your husband is planning to resign. Do you know that? I said, no, I don't know. The plan was my husband was planning to resign so that he can take the pension money and go and spend it with the new love of the life. That's why I started seeking help. I went to some advocate. I asked for help. That advocate was willing to help me. We filed for divorce. March, they served my husband. April, my husband came back and asked me to drop this divorce thing, and I did back. And I'm in that way, like, yeah. That's how my husband is back.
Oh, anonymous.
I don't understand what the hell is happening here.
I love it. But you know, sometimes it's nice to see the Popeye in you and laugh at it. And that's how it's a bit of a step towards healing, because you're really going towards a place of understanding. That more I was made a Popeye.
I need to ask you a question, Anonymous. When I tried to ask you something earlier on, and you said I should wait. No?
I'm still coming to that. Yes, okay. I know you asked me how sure was I that the child was not my husband's child, right?
Yes. Yes. Oh, okay.
All right.
I'm still coming to that, right? Okay, March, and then my husband came back April, and then it was around the week before. It was around the sunny At that time, I was trying to, like, I didn't want to be around him, but I wanted to fix things. And then I made, at that time, I'm not working, by the way. I didn't have any money, but I made plans to go to Mbombela for that metro.
Okay.
And then I went.
Another problem.
Yes, I went, but the thing was, like, he didn't complain, because at that time I told him that, you do them. So leave me in peace. I already made plans. I'm going whether you like it or not. And then I went. No problem. And then later on, when I came back from Bombay, I found out that the time they were married, they already discussed with that lady that they're going to give the baby, my husband say me. And they did that, right?
What's happening? Like, who did what?
The lady was so funny. I sent her the message, or no, it's fine, I accept, like we broke up, but I want my baby saying, can you fix that? Can you go to home affairs and stuff? And then the process of home affairs, the lady, the child saying to back to the mother, I didn't know the process. You have to go to blood test and something. He did that. The results came back, or no, my husband and the child, he's 0% Papa. Because that was the process that was made. And then I got home affairs with that lady. At that time, I was accompanying my husband to eat that thing. I want to make this lady feel the thing that I felt. He went back to his family.
Oh, Memo Ruti, how could you?
And then I support.
How, like, now you want to inflict pain on others.
Yes, and then I did that.
Okay, hold on. While we are on that inflicting pain note, we need to play the adverts, okay? And then we're going to come back to you. Just give us 30 seconds.
Whether it is a CCMA referral, problems with...
I'm really lost because I'm not sure who's the friend actually working and like cheating with, like working with, or maybe the husband and the tracker now, like chilling with the wife, and now this guns like, I'm really not sure, but then like let's just working and continue listening, and then maybe we'll get like a young summary thing. Sis Abigail, welcome. Yes ma'am, yeah, we are listening to Metro FM right now. Yeah. But anyway, good morning guys. Hello, good morning. My name is Leroy, and welcome to you working like newcomers. Welcome. Please follow, like, and subscribe.
We are still on Ask a Man. Don't forget the hashtag Ask a Man. Anzo, Anoni, I still there. Mamela. Quick one, because a lot of people are still a bit confused. Where's the child right now? Just quick one, of the.
No, I got it. My husband came back home, and then the child is with her mom. So don't know what's happening because they changed it. They like because at that time, remember I had an advocate that helped me to file the divorce, and we went to that advocate to ask, this is the situation. My husband went and married this person, and then we found out or no, the marriage was not recognized because they did not follow the right right procedures. Yes, okay. So that we have nothing to worry about.
All right. So hold on. So, breaking it down, your husband is potentially going to be the stepfather to the child of his best friend, and his best friend's wife is going to be the stepmother of.
But that's not the problem. I think I'm still trying to be fast with the story.
Okay.
During my husband, and then we received. Actually, he resigned, and then we received the money. Then he took half of the money. That's why I guess he was still buying his way in. Apologizing and stuff, and he bought me a car and things that I wanted, right? He was fine until this year. This year, so we were fine. 2024 to 2024, we were fine. So this year, we moved from the city that we are staying in to another city. So we moved here. Things started, I think my husband started again. He started again. Things were not fine. Like, I was still trying to heal. I was not healed 100%. I was still trying to get there. Healing just takes time. It doesn't take time to heal. So I'm still not dealing with a young fella. And then my husband did things that triggered me. And then when I'm trying to tell him, or the thing that you are trying to do on Kovata and stuff, that you hate me and stuff, like it doesn't ring a bell. So, 2 weeks back, I decided to know I'm going out with my friends. That's where the problem started. And then I went out the whole weekend. I'm sharing with the kids. I went out. There was a racing somewhere, and then we booked. Everything was done until I came back. And when I came back, he started shouting at me, it was a fight, but not a physical one, a verbal one. So every time when I'm trying, when me and my husband are not on the same page, my husband will try by all means to fight me financially. Like financially, he will stop giving me the money, everything, will stop giving me the things. That was he started not giving until now. And when I said to him, I think now that I've reached a point where I think we need to separate and divorce, like get a divorce and be fine. And he said, yeah, it's because you want to go to Metro FM, my wife. That's why you started with these things. And I'm not there. I don't even have a ticket to go there. So the problem is that I want to leave him here and go with the same person that I went with last year to the Metro Awards. That's why I want to divorce. So now he's trying to fight me with he's working, he's well stable. He's starting to me that he wants the divorce, but he's going to fight for the kids. He wants the free custody of my kids. That's why I'm hating or no. How can a person do that? You know very well when I can't afford a lawyer. I can't afford to advocate on my side to fight for me. why he's capable of for like a advocate.
So what's the advice that you want, my love?
I'm tired. I just want to get out of this marriage, but at the same time, I want my kids.
Okay.
I think with family court, Anonymous, it's not that crazy. You might not even need, to be able to afford lawyers because it's family court. How young are the children?
They're 7 and 5.
Yeah, no, your kids are still very young. So I think you should breathe a sigh of relief that it's not like, it's not a hectic case. It's going to go to the family court, okay?
The only challenge on a naked, it might be, these courts sometimes, and how money can buy your way into.
That's the thing. People in high places.
I'll sort her out.
Sure.
Do you work? Do you have a job?
No.
Okay. So, naked, it can become trickier when the mother, for instance, is not working and he uses that. And the mother has got a strong case in terms of what she's been through and what he's done. He's impregnated, or no, he's cheated on her with somebody who's been impregnated by a best friend, whatever.
Yeah.
But in court, they also can look at the best interest of the children. I mean, look at the case that Dennis Zimba.
Okay.
It was public, where she lost the case and the husband won got the custody
of the kids,
and even worse, taking them overseas to Germany because the court. He has proven that she can't provide for the kids, and Dennis works. So you can imagine when there's now way who's got the more power financially. So it might be tough, but it's worth the fight.
Yeah,
it's really worth the fight. Don't throw away your towel, my love. Like Naked said, the family court is there. Just plead your case, and just be careful not to be too overly emotional, because sometimes you becoming emotional can be a sign of weakness. Just be sober-minded. Speak your truth sincerely and honestly, and that might help. But don't give up on the fight for your kids, because I'm glad that you want to get out of the marriage. You don't want to stay for the sake of the kids. You've put yourself first, and now the main priority is for you to never lose access to your kids.
Yeah. And sometimes the courts can be fair. And I know that you are worried that he might have more financial power than you and friends in high places as well. But Anonymous, it is worth a fight. If you feel like this is not where you want to be, it is worth a fight. And you never know what kind of people that you could get at that family court. It's better than just sitting and taking all this punishment, okay? You are scared of the unknown. And there's, I'm sorry to say this, but remember there's that passage in the Bible, no? Have faith in the Lord and his mighty power, right? So have faith, walk by faith. Okay, you can't, if you are going into this, you need to fight and you need to have that faith, okay? Don't go in there weak. Don't go in there spiritually weak. Stay prayed up. And get help from your close family. I was going to say friends, but in your circles. Just get help get a great support structure around you so you don't feel alone in this battle, okay?
That's the other thing. I don't know. Maybe I had some legal advice somewhere. I just don't know where to go, what to do.
Family court, my baby. Family court. Yeah. A bit of hope, the Naked. Correction. I just got corrected. Dennis did not lose the case because she could not afford.
Yeah.
She lost it because the kids were born that side.
Yeah.
So there's hope for you, Anonymous.
Yeah, there's a lot of hope for you. So walk by faith. Don't be scared of the unknown. You don't know what's on the other side. And nobody's going to take the kids away. Worst case scenario is, because no matter what happens, most of the time, it's the fathers that they say the father sees the child every 2 weeks, every fortnight. Né? Worst case scenario is maybe it could be a 50% sharing of seeing the kids. Or maybe it can be the other way around where you see the kids less, but nobody's going to take the kids away from you. No matter what happens, you will still be able to fight for your children. But you will see your kids. The kids are not going anywhere.
Yeah. Kuningi. Good luck, my baby, ne?
You've got this. You've got this,
got it.
Anonymous.
You've got it.
Awa, you've got this. Don't worry. You've got this.
Jesus.
Oh, Rutu what's it?
Sorry.
Askis.
Sorry.
You see that anything over there?
How? How give? All right, guys. So, can we please just take some calls? 060-552-7303, and please send through those voice notes as well.
Free repatriation with our Metropolitan Funeral cover.
Okay. But again, like you see what, like before we start, nah, I really just want to say something quickly, nah. I think Sis Anonza should call Uncle Waha Maganesis a Bosch here. I mean, he might get a car, you know. But hey, it's fine. You know what now? A few weeks ago actually, I was chilling working my cousins at Daso now. Then I told them that now I don't want a housewife. I want a person who has their own, who can build their own, who can work. And then I was seen as a gold digger, no? As a slave queen. And I'm like, all right, look at her now. She was a housewife to Muruti, like barking. No, and she's scared of leaving because she's a housewife. She has nothing. Anyway, there was just a side note. But what's that? Welcome to the people who are new here. Like, my name is Leroy. We listen to Ask a Man every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So Monday we couldn't because it was a holiday and rain was raining. So sorry about that. So Tepo, how you doing, man?
Hey, bruv. I'm all
How you
good,
doing,
man.
bro? I'm confused, man. Can I please help us understand this? Because bro, as in gila barke as in lamruto to jela kwale kwa chume kwa jela. Marfi dirasa one. Akalo pila like yeah.
Before we do that, to kopa ojale disclaimer because you already know what's gonna happen.
Yes. Oh, kunje barke gana bazalwane. What's that? We don't mean kholo offendene, but then we're just gonna respect people's opinions respectfully. Happen with your own opinion, please. Working gonna respect the other people, nah? With respect. Or as in, like, there's no bullying here. So please, you're gonna come in with your working toxicity. You're gonna be handled with as quickly as possible. Sis Abosh,
Basically, Adi Leroy.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast.
I was saying basically anyone who comes in with unruly behavior will be dealt with immediately and accordingly. So please, let's behave.
Thank you very much.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are solely those of the individuals participating in the conversation and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the podcast host or any affiliated organization. Listener discretion is advised.
On another side note, guys, bargaining and winter's here, so please, just get your Makoya mug, no? Yeah. Shoshotapo, you can continue.
So, to defuse this whole escalation, wife was having a nice life, the husband. Friend, husband. I think if I caught it right, was too sterile to have kids. And then guy decided, no, let me be the better man and help Achuz. Achuz decided not to see what's happening. Wife Achuzi gets pregnant. They fall in love. Now, all of a sudden, the current Anonza catches that whiff of that intuitive thought. Norman, something is going on here, and I don't know what's going on. Hence, we coming to Patia. She had to install a tracker to find out what's going on, because why would you have a phone call saying that you're going to a meeting, but then you know that you're going to to the friend's wife, and lilona busy goed and sterk. Now it comes to that part, Yaure. Her intrusive thoughts came to be. She followed the tracker, see that the car is not going where it's supposed to be going. It's more or less like going from Johannesburg to Durban instead of from Johannesburg to Pretoria.
Okay.
Just for everyone to get it, or to get into that concept. Instead of the car going to Durban, it goes to Pretoria. Pretoria, rona busy, rona monate. And then wife decides, no, let me check husband, take a check or na oko guy. And then when she calls, she gets this thing, yagore. The guy who busy in a meeting, but the car says, Iko ha the friend. So now, when we coming to all of this, the husband's wife, friend, they are busy getting it on, getting their freak on. Only not pregnant.
Wait.
Just hold on.
Wait. So I don't know. Husband, what is known? Let a friend. What is known? They are making the child
Exactly.
the husband's friend.
Exactly.
My God.
That's how now I saw that when I was listening to it and realized okay, konoksha manzla. So now
Church leaders nakwati.
exactly.
He's a
Exactly. So no, Walker, it becomes emotionally and mentally draining. Now, Anonza found out these shandies is going on, and the fact that Anonza is not working, it now adds on to the element that husband can leave with the children anytime he wants. Ne? So now, when we get into the crux of this thing, Anonza just wants to walk away because now she has dealt with that emotional part there. Kevaya kabana, and there's nothing you can do about it. Hence why some of you guys caught on to what Naked and Somizi saying about family court. Family court can work in terms of Mosadi dealing with the fact that she has access to kids. Tabaya Denise, let's not confuse the two with Anonza's story. Denise's story, she lost the battle because the kids were born in Germany, knowing that they were supposed to be born under a South African by-lawyer, embassy, that type of nonsense, but we all get that.
Yeah, it's fine, that part.
She lost the case because of that, and the kids resorted to being their nationality called by being German. So coming to Anonza, this is what's happening. Anonza knows that her kids can go to ex-husband anytime they want. But now, ex-husband might use this as an advantage. Anonza doesn't work. Anonza cannot provide for them. I'm working. I'm providing for them. Let me take the kids away from Anonza. And Anonza Nujena is disputing this thing. Why utsaya bana when you already have a child outside and you already moved on? So now she is tired because her husband is cheating, and the tracker can just show you the car was there for a certain type of hours. Now, what were you doing in those certain type of hours? It makes it worse because now Anonza wanted to go to Mbombela for the Metro FM Awards. Jiggy husband was like, nope, you're not going. I already made plans with someone else. And in other words, Onayeleman, leather wife, yaha best friend.
Yeah.
So when wife yaha best friend decided, no, Kiale Anonza's husband, they knew It's more or less like we're going to the awards, then we're going to have a sneaky link where no one's going to be suspicious of everything. Unaware gore Anonza has already caught on to what's happening. So now, for everyone that's not that's missing the point, Anonza Nujana, she wants out of the marriage because she cannot handle the infidelity issue anymore because she put up with a lot. Now she wants to put herself first.
Okay.
And
yeah.
apparently, and Abosh, with this whole thing, apparently, the best friend is unaware of what's happening because he's thinking, "I wife has a baby, sharp." Hence why Anonza uttered the words that Lobola is being paid to wife's best friend. Hence why Anonza and husband, they broke up because now it becomes a factor. Anonza's husband, Asabata Anonza, and now he wants to move on le wife ya her best friend.
Like how?
That's the thing that confuses me because why would they do that when they see no, Anonza has kids in this whole thing. And if I'm not mistaken, she said 7.
Yeah, the kid is 7. Yeah. No, wait. I'm gonna. They have like one kid actually together.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. 7 years old. Yeah.
So now it comes to play when now Musadi, like Anonza, she wants to take her kid, go back to her home and figure out everything else. No, in Nadaring Ileya, family court has to be involved because now the kids in this scenario are going to be the ones after the divorce and because of the inconsistency of what's been happening. Right? So for those who didn't catch what was this thing, Auti fumbled, Anonza found out. Instead of her being a person or tolerate nonsense, she's deciding, let me take my kids and walk away from this thing. Let him go live his life. And if it need be that the elders will intervene, they will intervene. Divorce is already in progress.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Just for everyone to get that the gist of the whole story.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now there's okay. Sharp. So now the family court thing actually makes more sense now. Actually, or hey man, you know what? She's gonna be favored more because now, as in like listening to as in like the story, they be like, "Hey man, you fucked up." So,
Exactly.
Yeah, we like happy Remuruti, we like a church leader. So now he is working, she's not. So he's gonna have to. What's that kind of parking spousal? What ne?
Spousal,
Yeah.
what was this? Spousal payment.
Yeah, to her maintenance yaban. Damn. Yes, man, I'm still stuck where Pinchak. How do you ask your friend, okay, me, how do you ask me to make you babies with your wife? Like how? Like how, Pinchak?
That's basically asking for cheating at that moment. Why would you ask your best friend to go make a baby with your wife? That's basically asking you, Eman, let me step out of my marriage so you can step in. Busy, 2 minutes. And then after that, when everything starts going according to plan, relationship ya best friend, le wife ya gagwe, it's and now the cracks are starting to form, it's starting to show. Hence why a lot of people are missing that point down. Guy ki morudi. So now it's gonna become a problem where they says Sebs, even if the husband has fertility problems, hence why we always say there's an option here, adoption. Rather go for that route than cause havoc and all that. At least with the adoption, you can tell the child once he or she has grown, you know what, my child, you are not mine biologically. I don't know who your parents are. I adopted you because of so and so and so. Please understand, we did it because we wanted a child to grow and be together with us. Make the child understand. Sa ya ka line yana gore o tshepa moruti.
Mara Sabs.
Muruti does one thing. No jina Muruti onyaka stembu. Anonza doesn't want.
Look now.
No, Anonza doesn't want stembu. Why what?
My wife is gone now. She working can only Remruti because Remruti and ke Morope and working and he's speaking in like such very dizzy tongues that now.
Ashintwile.
Boy, it's like the spirit is.
Ashintwile.
Sorry, dog.
And mind you, before we give Sabs a chance, for me personally, this is the first time I hear Naked saying something of sense without throwing shade in between, because you know how he gets when the story gets juicy. So this was the first time I heard him saying something of sense and then adding on to Tabaya family court. Nabo.
Wow. Ramuruti kana na kwate.
Kaufel, a whole Muruti. Mebra.
The one that the Holy Spirit descended to. Let me help my friend.
Let's hear what Sabs has to say about this.
Yeah, eh? Hey, Rakhar Hukunzi. Oh yeah, Barikin Gana, by the way, like Barikin, Sepo, you wrapped it so beautifully in Penchak. Like, I really don't have an opinion here today. But hey, man, shout out to you in Penchak. Rakhari. Hey.
I'm not here to stay. Can I listen? But Melang.
Maskis, Maskis, how are you?
I'm alright. How about you guys? Tepo, kuri orata ga ke bolela thata. Why o tlo invite ka dikgang tse yana mara man?
No, asin nahan. Nani kero otro mamela ask a man.
No, why you want me to listen to such sick stories? Let me tell you, Lee, you just said now, imagine in that Muruti, the one that has been sent. You know exactly what you are saying now. That's how the friend looked at it. So I climbed the panel to clarify the point, because Tepo said, why would ukupe mutu umung adoption? When you guys want to deal with it the logical way.
Okay.
Number one, let's look at the point where men never really admit when they have a problem. When we are married now, Lee, and we have been married for 2 years and we're battling to conceive. The first party that is assumed God has a problem will be me and not you. I will, as a woman, I will go for the test and everything, and like a lot of things. You going for the test and everything as a man, that is always like the last option, right? So in our culture, it's not a thing for a man to come forward and admit and say, whatever. So he thought,
he's not coming, so hey.
Yeah, but he's still hiding it. Kamang, Who else did he trust? And remember, that's not just Chominyan. Also, Chomiki Remurudi. You know, thinking that this can be hidden. And also remember, guys, that back in the days, this was a thing. Yahuri, if I was married to you and when I had a problem, ne baba no problem. Mama Zala will say, Sabelo, utla robala bosigo utla tsoga and leave your husband, ulo robala le Tshepo, Leroy's brother. And we will act like bana ba ke ba ga mang? Leroy.
Oh, wait. Barkingan, Barkingan, you know what? You can actually correct me now.
Yeah.
But it was called Barkin. Siandro, ne? Where now, like, let's say you can conceive, and then like, what's that? Your sister or maybe your sibling actually, what's that? Has to do that working kind of like for you actually. Okay. Yeah, so
Mostly
something like
it's
that.
done. Mostly it's done for men. If I'm a woman and I can't conceive back in the days, they would take my sister as makoto
Yeah.
omunyan. But with you, if you're a man and they see that you are the one that has a problem, Mama Gago would make me sleep. Ibile, when you are nice, you have so many brothers. They would make me sleep with one of your brothers.
Sissy.
They would make me sleep with one of your brothers, and re godise ngwana rona nkare kwa rona when the child is not, so that it stays within the family. Ising friend, I agree, Kagile, but I'm saying that was back in the days. So now let's not be logic about it, because we can clearly see this guy was not logic about it. Maybe he doesn't have brothers and he looked at Ntate Muruti as his brother. Also, remember nowadays that how many of us get along with our blood siblings? People now meet friends. Yeah, I know, but also I do. But now what I'm trying to say is we see it every day on social media where someone says, I found a brother in this person, I found a sister in this person, I'm more close to this person than I am with my blood siblings. So their relationship goes like far. Lintate Muruti is now my brother. And yinceku kaJehova untate Muruti. So he thought, if I asked the Remurutu to do this, taba kang e ya go fella mo. Wa ntlhaloganya? It's going to be sephiri sa rona and we will make this thing work. Kanti yena akazi ukuthi uvulela amanzi ekhaya.
Okay, so nje Remruti no ano khechile no ya.
Remurutu kori he took it ka nama iseng ka semoya.
Literally.
This is exactly what happened. As for the wife,
To make matters worse, when Sebs, ne?
yeah.
Anonza even accompanied husband and a friend's wife to the DNA testing, and that thing exploded, leading to the situation.
I saw someone said the DNA test came out negative. Yeah. Kimang, can she please come? Kimang, I'll tell you now.
I think it's Mancha.
Yes.
Sister
Mancha said even worse, when they went for the DNA came negative. So it's a mess. What I want to say now is what I want to say is Anonza leaving this thing is the greatest thing she can do for herself. Ibile finding out that the DNA test came out negative. Wabona gore clever yanong ke mang mo? Who's fooling who? Wabona who's the biggest fool? Wa ntlhaloganya?
Wait.
So
Oh, sorry. Yeah, correct.
Osalibala Sebs, the tracker that was installed in the car, even it even showed Hore. Husband was busy going there every time. Re yena a thola call, and then abare no, I'm going to a meeting. It's an emergency meeting. Kabo iti boshigo. Mind you, wa tseba re na yena o ya kae. So Anonza decided, let me check where this car is actually going, only to find out gore ya kae, body sneaky linking, body hoteling, more friend with the friend's wife.
yes. So now
So
what I'm
that's where.
saying when I tepo is, I get it. Anonza said she wants to leave, but she doesn't. Blah 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 blah. Let me now. My piece is she must leave. This thing is such a mess. Kuriki fela. She must actually her leaving. She will be saving herself from a lot. So atamaye, and because the kids are still underage, the court will rule out that she has to take the kids. Yanong mula will says the bana tshwanetse ba nne le batswadi ba bone, bomme ba bone. All right. So she will win that part of the case. And because she was a housewife, Nante amutlokomela all this time. She's gonna have to find a place, but between this amount and this amount, Remuruti is going to pay for their rent. Remuruti is going to fund their lifestyle. And if she's smart, she must find a place close to the kids' school so that she makes things easier for herself. And then Remuruti will still continue paying for the school fees. So yeah, now the only thing, and you know what, I remember I used to say this from Kitana School when Leroy, because I had an aunt that was a housewife, and I used to say I wish the housewife got a barking Khalifa. There's no way gore like a libela Leroy mo matlong di yele dag elke dag my whole life. Crea account nyana ne ena ngifundiswa abantu kusa. Mara crea account nyana ne ya wabona ela ya cheapest, I can't call the name, ela red ya the cheapest.
Red cheapest.
The cheapest naling the funds the cheap man, the interest rates. Bank, I'm speaking about a bank in a lingo rate with the cheaper interest rates.
That's the red and blue one, miss.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, black cards.
So even if it's not a black card, not at that time, I remember when I used to say this to my older sister, when my aunt was a housewife, they had, because I had started a investment in that with that bank, right? And Nekitenta 200 a month. You know, if that lady had something like that where haba mufachelete or even when she notices gore o se molla go na le maoto a yang kae kae, tse chelete o lokele ka kwa o didimale. So that when such thing happens, you don't hit a rock bottom. At least Luena, you've got one leg nyana to stand, even if bow maintainer, but you can still pull something up. Tell me now which company is going to employ this lady when she comes and says, I've been unemployed for 15 years.
Exactly.
You understand my point? So at least when she has something that she has in her bank, she can start a solid business while she gets whatever that she gets from Remuruti. You know?
You know, nah? Like there's something that I was actually thinking, like literally yesterday, nah? Sitting here alone, actually. And guys, you know what, like just a disclaimer, working. I don't mean to actually as in like step on toes, nah? But then it's just me, you know, and you know what, like like you see this thing of like the wife's place gave a house and working on a high break, and then the man now has to be the provider. That actually like makes young girls lazy actually, because now such things might happen. You are left with nothing. But again, because when you are like, no, mina, eminent must. Then I said this happy, but again, it's like, no. I'm like, posted before Workman Tapo spoke actually, 2 weeks ago, I think, yeah. I was feeling my cousins. Now I told them, guys, I want a woman who has her own, who knows how to do things in Jedi, you know? I don't have the liability or motor clary. Hey, eminent daughter must mean I'm just a housewife. I'm like, no. Then I was seeing as a sleeking or I know what the child guys, no. Like, what if things get messed up in jail and then me I can't do the bargaining and I think so bargaining and so jail when I don't neflan mo kon neflan. But hey, it's a plan no one. I'm like, dude, let's help each other. Have your own, let me have my own. Let's be here. Working. Let's have like 3 pods actually. Mine is like mine, yours, hours actually.
Yeah.
In case. Working isn't like 90s.
And when I nowadays, housewife that nowadays, I did one you know, these days, holy housewife sell something, sell Avon or King, all these things. Excuse me, like do something. They don't say when you're a housewife, you must literally just sit on your behind and do nothing and pay. But this is exactly. But this is exactly what we're saying, Gordon. For such rainy days, you need to have a backup plan. I used to tell my aunt, I remember I was still in school, and my sister used to say, no, manje, o batla gore o mo ruta gore a ireng behind the husband's back. Ke re wait again. O indoda uzalwa nayo. Monna o a ka tsoga the next day a ke sa o batla tlo irang. Ka bule account and start saving. Abule investment nyana. So that should it starts raining, she knows that she doesn't start from scratch. She can take that money and go start something, even though the husband will still need to maintain her. So Anonza must save herself. Lee, this is such a mess. A husband must continue. I get to but it's a mess, man. It's a mess, man. It's actually disgusting. You know.
And you know, to make matters worse, Anonza doesn't have family close by so she can run to and talk to when the situation arises because Gabo Anonza ke gole. So now Auti, a whole Muruti, decided to help friend, and now Muruti caught feelings for best friend's wife. And now hence it's leading to Tabaya marriage. And because Anonza even said Lobola was even being paid. Hence why yena she wants out because she's not gonna deal ka taba hore hey mamncane wa ngena ontsha metsi a kgale metsi a machantsa metsi a kgale type of vibe. She doesn't want that. She wants to move away from all of that.
Yeah.
Anonza doesn't realize how much power she has.
Actually,
she has, and I know that it's not easy. I've never been married, but I see how people struggle with leaving their marriage. It doesn't matter how messy it is, but people struggle. But you know what? Like I said, she'll be saving herself from so much. So even if she goes and files first, it's fine. She will still win this case. Like I said, Baraking Remuruti will still have to maintain them, give her whatever the salary that he used to give her, pay for their rent and pay for the kids' school. And she can start off whatever little business and find herself, like she's better finding herself on her own than her staying in this mess, because this mess will just leave her even more messed up. By the time she decides to leave, she'll be damaged herself more than she is now. And that's my 2 cents.
100% right there, you know, and I have like another thing actually. The fear working kind of the unknown actually, it's very real actually, you know, because you are used to as like Leroy and like living with Leroy solo, and then now you wonder. The dating pool is too data. So like, why are you gonna start? How a degree? How na next? You know, so let me rather stay in because at least he working. He's the provider. So ladies, my final word now, get your shit, lala. Bariking kana kira wana kainya or he bariking kana monna provider na monna ko chantan tokomel ilala. Get your own right now. Of Niso, you'll be calling us here and then we'll be like, hey Lala, we told you. You chose. So get your own and we take a bariking and like just be secure and then like know that and like when you jolly, you jolly because you want to, not because you are hungry. And that's why I'm gonna close it. So Tsapo, and you can close it up quickly because like we still have 13 minutes and there's like a spicy and that I want us to speak about, as in like just briefly.
Okay.
Sorry, Kanyana Tsepo. There's a question from Manja. Ari, where is the friend? Mona
Yeah, I
Ola.
was getting to that. Sebs. So because now this whole scenario, your friend decided gore re Moruti a thusetse, not knowing who Moruti is catching feelings for a wife. It looks like apparently friendly his wife are divorced now, and now Remuruti is taking that advantage or yena no o batla 2 wives, hence why Anonza said I don't want that. So now it becomes a problem when Muruti decided, nope, let me take matters into my own hands. Give me a second wife. And Anonza doesn't want any part of that. Hence why Anonza is even saying that she's tired of all of this. She wants to move. And then hence why Somizi, Naked, and Ukuto even mentioned the word, yeah, family court is going to help.
Yeah.
So, but guys, in all of this, I'm just going to keep it short. Usually we know I like talking too much and I don't stop.
We're not wrong.
So I'm just, yeah. So I'm just going to keep it short and simple. Guys, if your relationship is not working, rather walk away in peace, have your dignity intact, and think about your kids if your kids are born in the marriage. Focus and let your kids know you are there for them. Just for that. So into relationships or marriages, always take your brain and your heart along. Don't take one and leave one, because you need to balance yourself. Otherwise, mal. And you see what our people are going through this in silence and they're not even saying anything. But let me just end it there. Lee, back to you, my G.
Nah, it's cool. Barking gonna sis manja no the barking gonna the ones with the car actually like cause the malume or her sister romong what barking man gonna jo sis Bosch nah. Yeah, so like that's a different story, that one.
It's a different story.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, so that's how we actually finished the Ask a Man part. So now sticking to Bazalwane, guys, ne? Just another disclaimer, guys. I don't mean to actually as in like step on toes, ne? But then there's a story that I saw actually like 2 days back. Hi, sis Lerato, welcome. So there's a story that I saw working 2 days back, right? So I'm not sure, or maybe it was like last week or maybe this coming weekend. So Java was performing at a joyous working celebration concert, right? Yes, it's Java, right? So then I saw this other Grot man. I grew up with this guy actually working and is in like from church. Then he wrote something like this, you know. Let me try to actually look for it, but I'm not sure. So he wrote working and a khore. What's that? If working, what's that post now? Cause okay, so working and basically working and Christians, they are not happy to the fact that Java was performing at a gospel concert. So the comments actually isn't like that I saw was no, how do you guys allow like demons in church no just celebration now they're capitalizing money so I was like, okay, wait. the Bible, like, that you read says, come as you are. Java wasn't singing Kusheshi. Nah. He was singing a gospel song that he wrote himself at a gospel concert. Mari. The newborns, they were not happy with it. They were calling him a demon. They were calling him all names and such. And I'm like, these are church leaders, guys. These are people who are committed to Jesus himself, like God. Yet they are judging the shit out of Java for performing a gospel song he wrote himself at a gospel concert that he was invited to.
Here's my problem with Deputy Jesus.
Hey, yeah, sorry about that, but then, like, that hurt me like crazy. But you know, I heard about that. I was like, nah, guys, what the hell?
Here's my problem. Here's my problem with Deputy Jesus. They are so self-centered, so narcissistic. They're forgetting that even artists that we listen to their music, a lot of them give thanks to
God.
Java did has got nothing to do with Abu Kim rapper. He raps in Zulu. He believes in the traditional stuff. He was praising
God.
the problem with people doing that. Now, I can even make an example about somebody who everyone has love and hate for. This past Easter, Julius Malema visited my church, and everyone who was there at church was happy to see him. It was not that he's a parliamentarian, he always talks too much, he always disrespects people. He was not there for that. What he said, what Malema said was, it shows that the church aligns itself with peace and it aligns itself with God. Coming to Java wrote a gospel song. What's the problem in that?
And there's a great
Java
song,
was praising God. Yeah. Java was praising God with joyous celebration. A lot of people don't like some people don't like joyous celebration music. Some people don't like African Christianity music. That's all on you. Don't force your intrusive thoughts on all of us, because why? Some of us, we love listening to music. Most especially when we listen to music, it becomes that thing. You don't just listen to the music. Listen to listen to the message behind the song before you start judging and saying, "Moto ashu utlisa mademona kara krek." Guys, a lot of people are misinterpreting this thing. If I fall into a trance right now, and I fall into a spiritual trance, somebody who doesn't understand what I'm going through, obviously, guys, no.
Or something.
Everyone who's there, I'm gonna ask this one and throw it out there, and I want everyone's honest opinion. We're all saying that Jesus is our Savior, He's our Lord, He's our Redeemer. When God sent Jesus to earth, what was He? Was He a spirit or was He a human being, flesh and blood, like all of us?
Apparently, okay, He came as a spirit, but then into a human body, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
On earth, He became a human being. Right now, He's in heaven, seated next to the Father. He's a spiritual being. But they tend to forget when Jesus was here on earth, they persecuted Him, they ridiculed Him, they sweared, insulted Him, and He remained humble. He told Himself, I am not about to let dilo tse tsa lefase di mbother. Now, coming to Java, what Java did, the way he did things, he's doing his things because why? He's praising God in his own way. Why are people being pressed and opinionated? Kahoras Java wrote a gospel song, whereas if you guys listen to Java's all albums, he does not only talk about abafazi, him being in daughter. There is a message where in his songs, he talks about God, the magnitude that God has gave him into that thing. Now, because he wrote a gospel song, automatically, but Deputy Jesus have a problem with it.
Exactly.
Guys, you guys need to focus. You guys need to focus on this thing, Yahore. You judging someone, it's like this. You point a finger, 3 fingers are gonna point back at you. Yeah, Marawena, you were judging the person. I really saw. Why don't you look at your own shortcomings before you attack another person for doing what they are doing? I mean, the guy has always been praising God. Have you always seen? Let me show you this one in
praising for a long time.
Exactly. So now people are only starting to realize, his Java actually believes in God. He's not part of a quote unquote the Illuminati gang. Guys, that Shandis has always been there. I can make an example about one of the greatest rappers alive. Tupac Shakur even said, "You might hate me now, but I focus my soul on God. I give everything to God first before I do anything else here on earth." And a lot of people miss that. Celebrating with joyous celebration. That's on him. He was doing what he saw it's necessary for him. And for those who think, now because we're not listening to Christian music, hey, Ntontons, now we are falling under the diabolical diaspora. Guys, in this day and age, we need to like focus on what's happening. We always say, if God gave you the talent and you're using it the way that you're supposed to use it, why should another person get pressed because of that?
Anyway, yeah. I'm sure about that, dog. Am I working? Like, like what hurt me the most, Benchak? Where I saw that post actually, like, was that kind of well-respected person that I grew up with, but then now, like, he's working more these gospel concerts, as in, like, he's a sound engineer there. He wrote that when when you bring Java to a gospel concert, like, that's where I draw the line. And I was like, why? And he deleted the post there, and I was like, dude, you're being so judgmental to somebody who is like singing gospel, like, just because of their history. Dude, but again, like a simple example actually, like a person who was a Kwaito star actually, who was on drugs and busy, promiscuity. Now he's a pastor now. He has recovered recently. He still performs, but again, is like here and there, but then he is a pastor now. Bugalaf actually.
But yeah, for those who don't understand what Leroy is talking about, take Malome Kabza, aka Kabelo Mabalane, Buga Love, Buga Two Shoes. He even said it himself, Hore. Yes, I've been through all of that. I did drugs, I did cocaine, I did all of that. But ultimately, I found God and I repented from my past mistakes. I acknowledge that I went through that. And I'm still, even till today, I'm still advising the youth. Don't fall into the traps that we fell into because we wanted to taste the high life. Now that we've gotten in this thing, we are here. We got here. Hence why I think I saw a clip of him explaining the song Eleya Dubula. He actually said, it's not about me saying that ngofuno analyze umuntu, like I'm going to analyze a person. That song was actually a prayer and it was inspired by the Bible. Hence why the words say you can't keep a good man down.
Oh.
It's a prayer so that you can see that all of my good intentions, I'm doing something about it. And now you're getting all these negative theories and transcripts that are saying, I'm a push a person down. Right, what? Everyone who has a problem, and I always say this, and it comes to regards with Abu Ujesu Uti. I don't want to mention his name because we know he tends to talk too much. Wabo. I don't want to mention his name because we all know. He once said, Pumani, the churches Tsabo Sione, churches Tsabo Methodist, Pentecostal. My question is to him, Sharp, you're recruiting people to go out of the churches. Where do you expect them to go celebrate the coming of Jesus Christ, celebrating this, where they found God Kote to take them? Don't just be that person where if I say Leroy, tswa kerekeng ya ntho, tswa kerekeng ya Apostola, o ye kerekeng ya ntho ya St. John. You know your ntho kifumane ntho ko Apostola. Why should I? Kifumane modimo ko Apostola. Why should I go to another church unless if I'm willing and saying, I've been praying in the certain church, I can't find God there. Let me try elsewhere. Am I going to find what I'm seeking at a particular church? You, when you have a problem, you run to these churches, the very same churches where Abuti said, Pumani lapo, unkulunkulu akekho lapho. But my problem is when you get help from those churches, now all of a sudden, also Jeka, also no kreketsa dinalama demon and all that. Guys, don't be misled.
Why? Sorry, no,
it's okay.
Why are so many Christians like so what's that? They're so entitled to actually like they feel like they have to gatekeep God with Jesus actually. And I'm like, guys, the very same Bible as in like you read says that come as you are. As long as your heart is in the right place. Or you rap, you make hip hop, you make this and that, it's fine.
Bruh.
As you are. As long as here you are. But again, like now it's the question like did he repent? And I'm like, I don't really think like that's important, you know, like where's your heart actually? Because now you remember he wrote a gospel song. The leaders go joyous. They were like, oh, like that's a nice song, man. Working like concert that's like working like it's a concert in the Easter. You can perform that song. Oh, very cool, sharp, grand. You know? But then now, by Zakes, the newborns, but Deputy Jesus. Java doesn't deserve to be there. Oh my God, yes, like I'm so disappointed that like your celebration would allow demons in church. I
My
knew
question
they were
is,
capitalizing on mine, and I'm like, the
Lee,
very
my
same verse
question
of
is
the
this.
judge.
My
Later,
question is this in Jakane. They are busy saying,
I'm like,
but they are busy saying, Us Java does not, it does not deserve to be on that stage. When if you, that person who's busy judging Java, if we give you that platform right now and say, Are, Palama stage now, what are you capable of? And then you're gonna stand there like a stage who says now is because value fast. And a lot of people need to understand. There's a favorite quote that I always get in the Bible, specifically when Jesus said, "You deny me in front of the people, I will deny you in front of my Father." Simple. That should tell you something. That should tell you something. Why are you denying? And it's painful for those who are busy denying about, like, okay, sharp. Let me direct this one. What Leroy is doing now, it's what God said, Leroy, when I sent you on earth, if you open a podcast to talk about all of these things, talk about that. Yes, there are some people who hate Leroy for what? For telling the truth. We know we're gonna dive deep into that whole topic and give proper explanations to all of that. Not a lot of people will like what you're doing, but especially when you continue with what you're going through. Continue doing what you're doing. Don't be fazed about what other people are thinking. If you see this thing is benefiting you and you're having people that are supporting you through this journey, focus on that. Focus on that. Judgment Day, and now I'm telling you this, guys, Judgment Day is gonna come. And at that day, there's gonna be your name and a whole lot of lists of what you were doing when you were still on earth. Then what were you doing as a person? What were you doing that to happen? You're gonna start crying and start complaining, I was doing this and that and that and that. What?
But hey,
Rather
man.
being judgmental, let us learn, accept what we accept. That's when you can call a stop to it. But don't just judge because you're seeing what's happening.
100%.
We just came from Easter now. I can show you this, Leroy. We just came from Easter now. Where was the main focus? No, Kerekata ZCC, they are going to the Easter holidays. We know it's not traffic and all that. Guys, focus on yourself, focus on your traditional belief, focus on your religious belief. If you have a problem with Kerekata, that's a you problem. That's a you problem. I honestly cannot believe in this day and age people are still fighting and claiming no, kereke aiba thusi a etseng. Kereke e thusa bo botlhe, whether you're a member or you're not a member. As long as o bone gore ke mo o fumaneng thuso teng. Why are you going around saying, hey, kereke ha e thuse, kereke etsa? Why are you doing that? If it's our thusa, rather than complaining, move to another place where you think you'll find help. And if you find help, enjoy the benefits of the help that you got. Enjoy your peace, pray in peace, on sharp.
You know, very like last week somebody put it, okay, actually, like I said, are you coming home for Easter? No, I was like regular game whole weekend. I was like, nah, I don't like church like that. They looked at me with that, oh my God, you don't go to church. I'm like, I'm not really a church person, okay, guys. Okay, but God is in that building, so now it's like, if you're not there, you won't get God. And I'm like, I'm really not about that system. church, you know, as in a monelo uniform, or as in now like you must. I'm like, bruh, I'm really not about that lifestyle. But like like every night actually, like the what can like there's a prayer session actually. That's more meaningful actually to me than just waking up and then like just going to like this building and then like praying to as in like this stage here. Nah, man, I really don't feel like that because me, I pray for myself simple fellas, and you know, it's like morning busigo every time no package was simple. I'm okay with that, you know? That actually resonates with me, but then you dare working say that to a person who is really religious. You are seen as a demon. And I'm like, wow. The very ones who preach the area thou shalt not judge. They are the very first ones, and then like you tell me, dude, me, I don't go to church for shit. They are gonna judge you. You're going to hell. Ujesu ati. Guys. But anyway, what's that? Like much love to you. So we can wrap it up quickly. But magana she's panda. She's lost nyana. So basically, wait, fam. Was that we are speaking about how the Christians are mad because Java was performing at a gospel concert like last weekend, Goja celebration. So we're just speaking about how this whole religion and they like being born again and then like this whole fucking gatekeeping God and Jesus thing that like what guys like these Christians do is just wild as fuck. But because like they were calling there's a comment that I saw actually, like somebody was saying Java is a demon and he really doesn't actually he's a demon, he doesn't deserve to actually perform at a gospel concert, you know, because he's not holy and such things. I was like, yes, when Deputy Jesus, Paul, Spirit's right hand.
Yeah, the very same person that's gatekeeping is the very same person who has a problem with someone doing something. If Karaba, you can come up here.
Yeah,
You can come up here. Because this one is an open topic. Now I always say this, ne? I will not be shaken because I found God at a very early age when I was still in my teenage years, and I focused my life on that. And ever since then, I never looked back because why? I found my peace at the church where I am because I grew up in that church. And if you want to avoid unnecessary drama in church, just go there, pray. If it's to announcement, just start your car and go home. Simple.
Like that's simple. Maranje, because like working, you're not here. You are seen as you have the spirit of bloody shit.
And I can even before I give Karaba a chance. Back in the days, even Jesus Christ decided when there were demons that were intercepting Moto because amobona gore Moto a loka ga etsa. Mara immediately when he saw gore no, here's the person who is sent to help, he threw himself at his feet and said, God, please help me. Not Jesus, help me. God, please help me.
Right.
And then after getting help, Umuriza aratsamaya. So mo botsa ba bang o ba botse gore modimo ke ena o thusitseng o sa re ke nna Jesu Christ o thusitseng, because a lot of people are going to start fighting you and ba tlo ntsekisa matla a ka e ke a fueng ke modimo. So, guys, in this day and age, if you're still judging a person by the church that he or she is going to, you need to have a serious look in the mirror before you start judging others.
100%. You must just fix the reflection. And if you feel this is about you, you need to pray, fam. But I still love it. It's fine. Hello, Karabo.
Hi guys, how are you?
I'm a bit hurt by this thing, but I'm fine.
Excuse me. But just to build on what Seva just ended with, when you wait, please remind me, what did you end with again?
Who?
Seva?
If you are judging a person,
Oh, thank you. Sorry, I just need to remind myself. There's just so much going on in my head, guys. Sorry. I wanted to say, what I've also come to notice or realize is that most people, okay, I don't wanna say like I don't wanna speak as though I'm
You're holy.
anybody or I'm holy or anything, because I've also had my fair share, whereby the things that you judge people about, most likely they're gonna happen to you at some point in your life, or one of them might happen to you in some point of your life, and that will be a very humbling experience. That could either make you even worse or better, or it can, make you be a better person or try to, work on yourself as a person. So don't judge people, guys. You are not Morena Jesu. O mang wena ho judge motho? O mang?
Wow, dude.
O mang, number one. Number two, I understand and I really, really appreciate Makupe's comment earlier to say that there's a way that you can talk to people that won't seem like you're imposing your beliefs and your values on them. There's a way on how to go about it. And I think if you are a spiritual person, you can definitely ask God to help you to be able to speak to others so that you don't seem condescending. You don't seem like you're not valuing that particular person's religion or whatever beliefs that they have, right? If I can put it like that. So I can't have guys. You're the whole morning.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Anyways, so that's basically like some of the things that I have learned or picked up that I think I would like to share. And lastly, before I drop off, churches is a church. A church is a church. You going to church every Sunday doesn't mean that your
holier than thou.
God is perfect. It's amazing. It's great. If it is, good for you, right? It means that you keep pushing, right? But if your relationship with God is not okay, it's not gonna matter the fact that you go to church every Sunday or that you attend a cell or whatever they call them. Nakitwa apostolic. Where I stay very far from my church, so that means that I can't attend. And I tried going to this church down the road, Yamaha, but guys, nna ke batla scoop. Ke godile ke utlwa scoop ko kerekeng. No, not that one. No. Rena re shapa blue and white. Exactly. So Linda Kebekili high this past weekend, but because our Archbishop passed away, we are still mourning him, so we didn't have what's this general conference for Good Friday. So hopefully in September we will. But yeah, so I couldn't go to church this weekend, but I did try to watch some online things, but it's just not the same. Although I also know God is not only at the church, or he's let me put it like, Bella, that's what I wanted to say. God is not only at the church, God is everywhere. Whether we are a toilet, usula bam yakho, uNkulunkulu nawe. We understand he is literally everywhere. All you need to do is seek him. Seek and you shall get. So for me, I think Anjay, just work on your relationship with God. Whether you go to church or you don't, nobody's judging you. As long as you are working with your relationship with God, and you don't have to tell people about it. Like Makupe said, it's a very sacred relationship. It's like a marriage. It's between two people.
I
I
see.
don't want to say it's two people, but yeah, you get what I mean, right? It's between you and God. That's it.
100%.
So if when I'll right, sharp, deal with yourself. But I mean, I'm gonna look at myself. I'm gonna focus on myself. If God has put me on this earth to be a vessel of His, let me be. So be it. Let me live according to His will. Let me how can I put it work right for Him through Him. Do you get what I mean? So that's all I can say. That's all I'm gonna say. That's yeah. I don't really have like bangers, but yeah, that's what I can say. Thanks.
Karabo, hold on.
And one,
Hold on. Before you go, ne?
oh,
There's another one that people missed. Let me show you this. Nicki Minaj is an American rapper. Tasha Cobbs Leonard invited her. They performed a gospel song, and it made it to the waves. Nobody judged Nicki Minaj because she was praising God in that way because she's a rapper. What's
But
the issue? What's the
but
issue with Java Kahle Kahle? Why would Deputy Jesus have a problem with that? But they don't have a problem
I
when Nicki Minaj performed that song with Tasha Cobbs.
no, but if you think about it, ne, mina, like I said, angifuni ukujudge umuntu, angifuni ukuhlala lana ngithi, oh, but this, that, right? But actually, that's what I'm saying. Like every day you learn as a person, right? I would listen to Nicki Minaj's songs, but I really wouldn't listen to it. Do you understand? Um, I came to realize when was it? Was it last night? Yeah, I think it was last night. I came to realize that Nicki Minaj actually uses Bible verses in her rap songs. I'll try. Sorry, I'll try and find a video and share it with someone. It's telemarketers. So I really did not know that. Then people are like, "Oh no, Vele Nicki Minaj has been, using Bible verses, etc." Maybe in the first couple of songs, she was not, in that space. But as time went, you can kind of like see when somebody's trying to like seek God more and all of that. So I don't really know how true that is. But maybe that's why she didn't really get that much backlash. Was ban, I don't know. But in Bona Konomunyo Ati, they did actually fight with her. But in the Bagas Java, angazi ukuthi why? Maybe people also you need to think about people don't really they don't react to change the same. Do you understand? So Java's brand, you might find that vele like yena vele umuntu okhonzayo and everything, but because of the brand that he's already put out there is like I don't know if it's R&B or whatever, because I don't listen to Java, but I know it's mostly love songs and he raps and he sings there and there, but it's
he's a
not gospel
musician. He's
focused.
an artist.
Thank you. Yes, let me put it like that. Danko. So saying danko, I remember I taught my dad that word. He hasn't stopped saying it. Like it's so funny. But anyway,
Danko is a universal South African language for a Danko is thank you. It's everywhere.
everywhere. So like I was saying, Guti, it might be a thing of there's backlash because people are seeing this as like a change. Does it mean that he's now gonna, become a gospel artist, vele, things like that? Because I mean, if you look at the song "Ya Uyena," people loved it. People still
I
love it.
love that song.
Enjoy it.
No,
You understand? It's a very good
there was
song.
that song actually like that he was performing, but then Federe.
Is that the song that they're giving backlash on?
Legit.
Ah,
Mara Bazix, but Java, mo kerekeng sis.
but why, guys? It's such a nice song. Ho na le eng
That's
kgante?
why. That's why Nakere, if you have a problem with this Java performing, you need to look yourself in the mirror. Who am I really judging? Am I judging us Java or am I judging myself?
Guys, wait, okay, so we are gonna close in next like first 5 minutes, but then like there's a question that hit me up with a like light bulb moment actually right now from Magano Coops. What kind of disciples did like Jesus have actually? Thinking about it, those motherfuckers were like rebels, actually.
Exactly.
Those were gents in J fit there, most right in fit there, and then Jesus was like, yeah, you was allowed. And I'm like, because of the superpower that he has in him. Jesus actually saw that. He was like,
one person who cut off the soldier's ear. Even Jesus Christ took the ear, placed it back. Why are you cutting off the person's ear? If you live by the sword, you will die by the sword. That's something that you should think. He had one of the worst sinners that did things that because we were not there. We don't know what happened. But immediately they saw the error of their ways and they moved according to what God wants them. Hence why when they crucified Jesus Christ, they crucified him with two thieves. One of them was even judgmental. The other one showed humility and said, Mudim, paradise, that should say something. That should say something. Mara, hey, guys, hey.
But anyway, hey, guys, no, like that really hurt me actually. But hey, thank you guys for the clarity there. So Barky Mangana says Panda. He wasn't doing hip hop or Barky kind of like just celebration. Hambanya Vura Lapo stage in his own bit. No. He was performing this song actually Barky, because I'm gonna play it now. But then yeah, basically that. But guys, thank you very much for actually joining me. I really wasn't planning quite a show actually today, but then the spirit led me. But anyway, just cut off.
Sorry. Wait, guys, wait. So, okay, we are done with the topic, right? I just want to make you guys laugh. So, I was on a live yesterday. You guys have been hearing about Revenge Diaries, right? Some of the stories there are very diabolical. But anyways, on the live, so you had a live where people will come and share their stories and stuff. Obviously, it's not anonymous because we can see your profile. Some people went there very with, backup or second profiles, whatever the case might be. But there's this one story that literally killed everybody. Oh, sorry. Made everybody roll on the floor with laughter. Sorry, let me type F1. Sorry. So, this guy was cheating. And then this guy is how do you say this in a nice way?
We want to roll on the floor, sis. Come on.
Okay. So he had prosthetic legs, right? So the guy cheated. She now then so he left in like 2012. They dated in 2012. He cheated, whatever. Then they got back together in 2017. Mugel was like, yes, it's fine. Come back. Okay. He comes back. He's sleeping. He's sleeping. I'm so sorry.
Anyway, I can tell you that.
Huh?
Look, I see where this is going, but then it's not gonna go anywhere.
It's not gonna go anywhere. Yes, it's not gonna go anywhere. But anyways, I see what you did there. Wow. Okay. But anyways, so Mugeli, she took the rubbish bag. Bona, one of the feet went gone. Actually, it's not even one of. I think she took both of them. Adilatla. Somebody lily dustbin. Hutwa. O ile ko bara o batla go sign up a kreye tse dintšha mauta mantšha and the line hutiwa e fitlha ko diheleng. So
coming to this thing,
sorry,
ask this guy.
They kept on
Ask
saying,
his Karab.
or did he
Ask
walk
his
out of the relationship? Guys, oh my gosh.
Let's
Oh my
ask his
gosh.
Karabo. If you guys remember, there was this thing. Yeah, there was a particular episode. Yeah, Uyajola 99. Girlfriend had enough. I don't know. Instead of me being that person, I don't know. Give me my prosthetic leg. I will sell it and get my money back. Avaya kayo. And it was even part of them too.
Guys, we just came back from breaking. Like,
You just came back from Easter, guys.
yeah, is that a Sunday? Working on his reason. Lonel Butler says, come on, Kevin. I don't want to go.
No,
I
I'm
think
just
this morning,
laughing.
please.
I'm just laughing at the fact that, like, how can you be so evil to the point where you Hi guys, I want you take somebody's legs and you throw them away.
It's okay, boy. It's okay. Come.
Another story for another day, perhaps.
No, wait, man.
Boo, 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 boo.
So, Shabare, now I have a lot of vested working questions and happy like views now. Or actually, how did he actually cheat? Like, did he take them off? No. Working.
No. Me, I don't want to go into that detail. Me, I was just sharing.
No, carry me, fella, Jeff. It's like me, Jamatowanya. I'm like,
Yo.
how did he, like, did he, then, so
We
now,
laugh, but it's actually quite sad. So, who do I utamaka wheelchair? No. Imagine. And he drives. Who drive again? Oh, again. Banyana ba cruel, Banyana. No.
stay away from human beings, guys. I tell you.
Hatwe after God fear women. Oh, what is that statement?
Can I tell you something?
Wait,
Bring up over. What I can tell you now, ne, is alphabetically between men, and women. Which one comes first? Alphabetically.
Well, me first.
No,
B. B comes first because me, I'm boy.
Okay, when are you a boy? We're not talking about boys. Well, you fall into the same category, man. Come on. No. Oksalayo lalela. The person that comes first, the person that comes first is God, because it's a G. And then it's M. You don't know your alphabet.
No, but that sounds
Then it's M.
Karab, calm down.
The person who comes first is God. Then it's men. Then it's women. But we must fear God. The point I'm making is fear God, fear men, fear women. You understand that? There's levels to this thing. Danko?
Hence why I said, after God, fear women.
Fear men.
Wait. I'm not fighting. Hence, I uttered the words, after God, fear women, because, sometimes you find they do things that are unnecessary. These are to milekong. But all in all, guys, go Easting, please. Can we just observe this week and still have that humble thing? Go Easting. The Revenge Diaries. If you wanna catch on them, just search it on TikTok. You'll find it. If you wanna roll with laughter and dying with there, you'll be there. For those who are wondering what Revenge Diaries is, what's going on?
I'm just saying it. Don't even elaborate.
Yeah, and I'm saying if they wanna catch what's going on, let them search, go TikTok or Revenge Diaries, and then they will find it. Eastern guys, please. We still need to have that moment of silence and obedience.
We are sent by the Spirit, so
exactly.
Revenge, what? We're just gonna focus on He has risen. Alright?
Guys, now I was just telling a joke with Lebaton. Okay, not
we know.
a story. story. A story.
Sorry, Radlala, Leeroy.
We know.
Awudlali. I know. I can pick up subtle
Ah,
hints.
karabo sa itse ga left tle monna.
Ko itse ka right. Middle center.
Go batla ka rating sa itse ga left because ya nong ai.
Okay, guys, you guys are flirting now. Calm down, calm down.
No.
Calm
You
down.
are taking it for. I take
Leeroy,
him as
Leeroy.
like my brother, but honking jano wena.
Leeroy, o tla chapisa ka batho.
First day, I'm like, hey, fam.
Leeroy, o tla chapisa ka batho. I can't be flirting with Karabo because Karabo is like a sister to me. Tswada.
And that's what Ramuruti said. But anyway, guys, good night.
Oh, guys,
They're
this has
taking
been a
me
lovely.
for talking about the story. And then they're saying, oh no, but if you want more details about the story, you must go to the actual page. Whatever. So, Mina, I'm saying, no, guys, don't come for me because I was just sharing. You understand? So they're like,
We get you.
no, somehow. You understand? Ka left. Now that's like, ka right, which is the opposite.
You love coming, ne? It's like, no, I never isn't it? You are coming with the story, and then now, like, who comes first? And now you're on your left and right.
No, I'm not. I told you.
We talk very dizzy, ne? We talk very dizzy, like left and right.
No, not at all. There's just a lot going on, guys. Your work is like a lot. But yeah, I'm just taking a break.
Yeah, now like
And for the past month, I've been working the whole day. I won't even eat the whole day. The only time I'll eat is like after work, which is like after 5, because I don't get time to eat. That's why
I need to actually have my lunch. Fuck yeah. I'm gonna cook something nice today. Anyway, guys, bye-bye. I still love you guys. Remember thou shalt not judge, no? And happy it's winter, so you can give yourself a mug for only 5,000.
When I'm at YouTube, please don't.
Okay.
Wait. Hey, Karabo. Anyways, guys, the earlier topic, we even forgot to mention that we are not affiliated with Metro FM in any sort of way. We were listening to Ask a Man, and we gave out our full analysis on what was happening. If you missed on today's episode, you'll catch up on it when it's uploaded on YouTube. And yeah, for all the merch and other related
I don't have
issues.
much yet, Tepo.
No. Hey, wait, Leeroy. Hence, I'm saying.
Okay.
Hey, wait.
I'll send you the money, Moss.
Okay.
Leeroy, wait. Hence, I'm saying.
Businessman.
Currently, the merch is on hold, but the day that it's available, Leeroy will mention it, and yeah. But for all of the missed episodes, please do search Makoya Rundown on YouTube and catch upon the previous episodes where, yeah, everything was just a blazing J. We had fun, we had serious topics. And yeah, with that being said, guys, enjoy the rest of your day and we will see you on Friday.
Wait, guys, now. Okay, 10 minutes, I will fail, man. Yeah, chill. Bergman, Tepo, please, ne? Short things in JFL, please. Guys, last week, Thursday, I got shitted on by a bird, actually, here. Huh? No, actually, here. Yeah, here. Sharp. I just left it there. Yesterday, was that afternoon, I was just working and I was having lunch, and then I decided to just walk down the road. You know, meeting in a Sharp's park. And it happened again. This time here. But then this time was like really big now. Here. As black people, briefly, what does that mean? Nah? And please don't say, hey, Kuvukilende. he like and whatever. But then now, like, this is very concerning now, actually, because I'm like, no, man.
That's actually, hey, some African beliefs, some our cultural beliefs. Some say if there's a bird, pooping on you, it means good luck or bad luck. No, I'm just saying if it's luck, it's luck. If it isn't luck, it isn't luck. We can't be instigating thinking what a bird does, what a bird does. If you were passing by and it happens to be dropping number 2, that's it. It was just that. So,
Okay, just a coincidence thing.
Yeah, it's just a coincidence thing.
So that might mean like Leroy's the shit, right? Huh? Come on.
That's what you think.
I'm the shit, nigga.
No,
Wow.
Okay, so can I have a briefly and then we close this?
I already said mine. Rona ke godile ke tseba hore e le good luck. So I don't know.
Okay, but again, gonna suspend her. So Jane, like,
Serge,
definitely.
wait. Did you see what Serge said? If a bird poops on you or your car, don't go out. It's a sign of a bad day. Njani, please come and explain.
But that was on my shirt. So now you saying hore, I should have just walked around naked.
No, but I'm not.
Like,
No, he's saying don't go out. Like, don't. Like, just go back inside the house and stay inside. Me, I want to understand about the car. Please come and explain.
that happened like qua. So now I must just be on some, oh my god, like I'm not supposed to go out because the bird just shot on me.
That's what I'm saying. He must come and explain, please.
I'm outside.
Not all I can say is if you find that a bird has did the number 2 on you, on a toilet paper, take it, wipe it, throw it away, move on with your day. Though there are those who believe in superstitions, there are those who don't believe in it. Basically, what we're saying, do you. Don't just focus on us. Do you. If you think it's gonna be a bad day, and you know it's gonna be a bad day, be like Serge, stay indoors. But if you're Leroy or if you're me and if you're going outside and it means something good is about to happen, it happen. That's all I'm going to say.
And have a great day. And please be very careful because like these birds right now, like that's that like they've been fed brooklights. So you might be the shit like me, but then anyway, you don't want to be like me because like there's only one me in this earth. You feel me? Yeah. Good night. Bye bye.
Wait, guys, doesn't Serge look like Musa say?
Doesn't Serge look like what?
I'm guessing he just stopped you right there because you were about to actually expose him. Sorry. Go back.
Repeat what you were saying, Karabo. We wanna hear this one before we officially sign out.
Karabu.
Drinking coffee again.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, now you can.
Sorry. I'm talking to myself. Sorry. I'm saying, but it doesn't Serge look like
Again.
Again. Here again, Fauna.
You see this bird shit is happening now. you see it.
Hey, Karabs, let it go, Mtagama, because
At alone. Fam, lock your phone and then like just do it again. Karabu, lock your phone and then like just come back quick.
Oh, what? What are you saying?
You were saying what about Serge?
Katile.
Yeah.
Ifuti kanjani?
He's a magician, sis. He's like
speak now before it happens again.
I'm
Speak
saying
now before it happens again. Fast.
I'm saying, doesn't he look like
Serge, no, nigga.
Serge, icon.
Serge,
Musa Sukwene, whatever I don't know how to pronounce the surname. It's the guy from Idols. The one who was competing Lematima, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yes, that one. Don't they look the same? I mean, similar.
This is one lawyer. Boris,
Berekisa dilo tse
On some
ding.
magician wizard vibes. Kimo USA mo. I don't know stay mo.
O nyaka Limpopo vibes o nne sharp o tlogela dilo tse ngata and yeah apparently
Una go namela di N1 parking gara bafo.
and mind you ke tswa N1 ke tswa N1 straight from Limpopo, so I don't have the jurisdiction to talk bad about Limpopo shit.
Come on, fam.
No,
come
like
on,
legit.
I mean, like, come on, man. Okay, it's fine. Sorry, fam. Sorry.
Guys, with that being said, I goodbye. We will see you guys on Friday.
Zap, zap.